We are going to go from standard to vertex form on with the quadratic. So standard form is y equals ax squared. Now my a looks terrible. Let me try that again. Ax squared plus bx plus c. And we want to put this into vertex form. So from standard to vertex form. So we're going to write that here. Y equals a, parentheses, x minus h squared plus k. So that's our goal, to rewrite it into vertex form from standard form. So the steps are a is the same in both. Whatever a is, you keep it a. Find the vertex using the x equals negative b over 2a and your vertex you'll find the x value by doing that negative b over 2a, and then y is found by plug in that x. And then you want to substitute in the vertex, so that's the h comma k, into the formula for the vertex formula. So those are the steps. Follow those steps every time. So let's go to example 1. So we want to find the vertex. So let's label A, B, and C. So it says A is the same in both. So whenever I write it, it's going to be y equals A, parentheses, x minus h squared plus k. So I'm going to plug in the values a, h, and k, and that'll get me my vertex form. So a is the same. So a is 2. So y equals 2, parentheses, x, and I'm going to have to figure out what this is, so I'm just going to put a blank, squared, and then put another blank. Because it could be plus or it could be minus. So I'm just going to put blanks there, and then I'll plug it in. So a is the same. And then the vertex is the hk. So let's find the vertex by doing x equals negative b over 2a. So x equals negative b. Well, b is 4, but it becomes negative 4 over 2a. So 2 times 2. So when we put this in the calculator, we're going to do alpha y equals, sorry, I can't see that now. And pick the first one, numerator over denominator, negative 4 over 2 times 2. It's negative 1. So that's the x value of our vertex. And then we need to plug in the x into the equation to find out what the y value is. So f of negative 1 equals, and f of x is the same thing as saying y equals, but it specifies what x is. X is negative 1. So the equation is 2, and then every time I see an x, I'm going to put in negative 1. 2 parentheses negative 1 squared plus 4 parentheses negative 1 minus 5. And I want you to show this on your paper. So you got to write it down, then plug it into your calculator. So the only thing I put in the calculator is the right side. So let's put this in together. So 2 parentheses -1 squared plus 4 parentheses -1 minus 5. It equals -7. So my vertex is -1, -7. So remember this up here? HK is your vertex. So this is H, this is K. So I'm going to plug that into my equation. Y equals 2 parentheses X. So it says H is -1, but whenever I plug it in, I always do the opposite. Remember, it's your crazy X. Because it would be like saying minus a -1, which comes out to +1. Because this is my crazy X. It does the opposite of what you say. It's the opposite of what you want them to do, right? That's your crazy X. And then our K is -7. And then what you can do is you can check your work by putting it into the calculator and see if they're the exact same graph, exact same table. So I'm going to write that. To check, put both in Y equals and look at graph or table. They should match up. And you could do this in Desmos too, but I'm going to have you do it in your calculator. So everybody go to Y equals in your calculator. So Y equals. Delete whatever's in there. And let's put in the original. So it's Y equals 2x squared. So this is what we were given. Plus 4x minus 5. Then we're going to put the vertex form into Y2. So 2 parentheses x plus 1 parentheses squared minus 7. Make sure whenever you put -5 and -7 that you use the minus button. If it's a x plus a -1 or something like that, you would use the negative button. Then hit graph. Do you see one graph or two? Or one parabola or two? I just see one. They should be overlapping, yeah. And a way to double check that is hit second graph and look at the table. Y1 and Y2 are the exact same, so that means that you did it right. So we looked at the graph and only saw one parabola. We looked at the table and saw Y1 and Y2 are the same. That's how you can check your answer. All right, let's look at the second one. All right, let's label A, B, and C. What is A? What needs to go there? -1, yeah. So we have A, B, and C. So steps, A is the same in both. So we're going to write the equation. Y equals A x minus h squared plus k. Let's fill in what we know. We know that a is -1. So y equals -1 parentheses x something squared and then something. Okay, and then it says find the vertex using -b over 2a. So x equals -b over 2a. So x equals -b. Well, b is already negative. So what do I put down? It says -14. So what do I write down for -b? Positive 14. Over 2 times -1. Okay, use your calculator to find what that is. Okay, what did that come out to be? -7. Okay, now do f of -7. Let's plug it in. Negative, because it's a -1 there, right? Parentheses. -7 squared. Minus 14 times -7. Minus 59. Use your calculator, put it in. Make sure your calculator does the work. Make sure you put it in correctly. And write it down, all the things. Make sure if you have questions about how to put it in, or if you're not getting the same answer, that you ask. So if it's -10. Okay, you should have gotten -10. Did you get -10? Yeah. Okay. If you didn't, then we got to figure out what you did in your calculator. One thing that people make mistakes on is this. This should be a minus button. You should use the minus. This should be a minus. The other ones should be negatives. So in the TI, the minus is a long bar. Negative is a shorter bar, and it's kind of like moved up. All right, so it's going to be the vertex is -7, -10. So we'll plug it in. The x, it says x minus h. Remember, crazy x. So it's going to be +7. And then -10. Okay, put these in to see if they match up on the graph, on y equals. clear out what's in there. Negative x squared minus 14x minus 59. Negative 1 parentheses x plus 7 squared minus 10. Anytime it's minus, it's the longer bar. Use the operations, the gray buttons. Hit graph. See if you only see one parabola. And then hit second table to see if y1, y2 are the same.
Parabolas both just don't show up on the graph.
Then that means it's probably out of your window, so you'd have to zoom out. But an easier way.
We've been zooming out for like 3 minutes.
Look at what the y-intercept is, negative 59.
Yep.
Yeah, it's way up there. Or no, it's way down there. Sorry. Yeah, you got it right. That's why Desmos is great, because in Desmos you can actually like zoom out and try to find it. And with this app, I can also zoom out and try to find it in a different way. That doesn't look right, but.
Yeah, as far as the graph goes on the calculator, we're not going to be able to see it.
Okay. Oh, because that's your vertex. Your vertex is down there. Yeah. So second table, and then just double check your y1, y2.